This session will talk about Founders Day 2018 and upcoming events with the Alumni Association. Hello and welcome to this Wednesday edition of Alumni Talk with me, Delyssa Edwards, your Alumni Director. I'm so excited to be back for our second telecast. Last time we talked about all the ways that you can get engaged, whether you were an alumni or a student here on campus. So this time I really want to talk about Founders Day 2018 and kind of give you an update on what's to come with the Alumni Association. Many of our students came out for Founders Day 2018. This is a very special day here on campus with the University of Rio Grande and Rio Grande Community College. Not only do we pay tribute to our founders, Nehemiah and Pramelia Atwood, but we also let our 100 and 200 level courses of students, our freshman students, out for the first half of the day so they can come and hear our speaker. And this year's speaker was none other than Bobby Lawson. Bobby was a wonderful hit. There he is there on stage. He got to talk to students about the importance of staying in school, staying encouraged, motivating students, even with a rap. No joking. He rapped for our students this year, and the feedback we got from our students was a huge success. We truly want to thank Bobby for coming to campus that day to share the message with students. They also got to hear there from the Grand Chorale who performed at the end of our morning program. So again, thank you to those students that came out and to our trustees and board members that got to speak to Bobby following the speech that he gave to our students. He was there. If you didn't know, Bobby is a 73 alum and he is the author of 12 books and currently working on his 13th book. So he got to meet with lots of our council members and our alums and our students and got to share a great message and about staying in school and the importance. And I think that was really important, especially for our freshman students, to be able to hear how successful he was after he left Rio. Bobby also was a track star. There he is with track coach, Coach Willie, and holds some records here at Rio. He is an Athletic Hall of Fame member as well. And we're very thankful that we have the relationship that we do with Bob, and so we want to again thank him. And if you missed hearing his speech, then it is actually on Facebook. We streamed live. We had a full day of events on Founders Day. The first half of the day again was the program where he talked to the students, and if you go to Facebook you can find that link there and hear his message to students, and including that rap, because you definitely want to check that out. Following the morning program, we had a meeting with our alumni council members. And this meeting was our annual meeting, so we invited those in the area that were also interested in joining our association to that meeting. We had a wonderful turnout. We had about 20 alums that came to sit during our luncheon meeting, and 4 of those actually signed up to be new association members, and we're very thankful for those folks that will help us continue to carry out the mission of the University of Rio Grande and Rio Grande Community College, in addition to the mission, goals, and objectives of the Rio Grande Alumni Association. So following that meeting, we went back to the Berry Fine and Performing Arts Center, where Dr. Lawson again spoke to a different group of people. And these people were our 2018 Alumni Award recipients and our Educators Hall of Fame inductees. And there is a group picture. We have Dr. Clark, who's our interim president, with Chad Lambert, Mike Rhodes, Vicki Crabtree, Jessica Lahan, Ellen Braswell, and myself. Each one of those was able to receive a wonderful plaque. Mike Rhodes there, he is our Educators Hall of Fame inductee. He was presented this award by Elizabeth Bonowitz of our faculty. Vicki Crabtree received the University of Rio Grande Faculty Award. She's presented that by her co-workers. Ellen Brazel, many of you might recognize this familiar face along with Dr. Matura's face. She received this year's University of Rio Grande Alumni Award for her continuous involvement with Rio even after she has left. Next up, we have Jessica Lahan, who received her Atwood Achievement Award from Wesley Thien, and she had great remarks. She came from Dallas, folks. She traveled all the way from Dallas, Texas to be with us for that program, so we thank her for coming and being a part of that day. And finally, we have Chad Lambert. Chad and his wife Angela actually met here on the University of Rio Grande. They were both very involved, and they still have a great relationship, and we're so thankful. Chad received this year's Distinguished Alumnus Award, and he is actually a former Atwood Achievement Award winner. So Chad's very successful comic book illustrator, and we're very thankful for his support with Rio Grande. Following the Alumni Awards ceremony, we actually went over to the Greer Museum and had a reception with all of our honorees. We encouraged faculty and staff to come out for this event as well. We had a great turnout. There was actually a show being displayed by Kate Westmoreland. So not only did they get to come and enjoy treats with us, but they got to see the display of art on there at the museum. There you can see a little bit of it there. So we had a great turnout again. Founders Day 2018, that book is closed, and we're preparing for Founders Day 2019. And again, if you didn't know, the first day of classes was back on Tuesday, September 13th, 1876. So we always try to hold Founders Day close to that date as possible. Again, it's way easier for our kids to get dismissed on Tuesdays due to schedules. So please stay tuned for Founders Day 2019 information. We do plan to have another alumnus speaker to come in to talk to our students. We think it's very important that the students hear from our alums any chance they get. We also want to thank JC's for providing stage decorations, so thank you very much for doing that. Moving along, I want to talk a little bit about the 2019 Alumni Awards. We had 4 awards this year, and we're actually going to have 4 awards next year. We're just going to kind of mix things up a bit. So I like to talk about what we will be doing in 2019. We're going to have the Atwood Achievement Award, the Distinguished Alumni Award, a Distinguished Service Award, which is formerly the URG Alumni Award, and this year we are adding the Rising Star Award. And this will be presented to an alumnus or alumnae 35 years or younger whose remarkable accomplishments speak well for the range and quality of the University of Rio Grande education. So we have a new award this year, and you might have noticed that we did away with the Faculty Award. We are very proud of our faculty and very thankful for what they provide to the university, but we are actually going to continue just to honor our alumni through the Alumni Association. So this year we're adding that Rising Star Award, and there on your screen you can see the Atwood Achievement Award, Distinguished Alumni Award, Distinguished Service Award, which was formerly the URG Alumni Award, and then the Rising Star Award. So that right there will give you all of the descriptions. Now, I will tell you that the deadline for nomination, if you're thinking of someone right now that would fit either one of these categories, is February 1, 2019. There will be a nomination form that will be up on that website right there. All you have to do to find that page is go to www.rio.edu/alumni, and then you will find the home page there, and you will just scroll down to Alumni Awards and Recognition and find this page there, and that will give you the description and eventually a nomination form so you can send in those nominations. And folks, anyone can nominate an alumni or alumnae. Anyone can nominate someone they feel should get this distinction, and they will get this award at Founders Day 2019. So stay tuned for when we'll be talking about those. We truly, again, feel it's very important that we recognize our alumni and their accomplishments once they leave Rio Grande. Everyone has a different story. Everyone is very proud of what they accomplished, and they want to continue to let Rio know what's going on. And you are the key in helping us do that. You need to keep us updated. And if you know someone that has an extraordinary career and they got their start here at Rio Grande, we want to hear from them. We want to provide them with an award possibly. And the way that these awards work is our Rio Grande Alumni Association has an awards and recognition committee composed of about 4 to 5 members that after February 1 of every year, they review all the nomination forms, sit down, discuss, and figure out who they feel would be the best applicant for that award that year. So there is a voting process after you fill out that nomination form, and then we we will nominate, or then we will contact whoever receives that award and make plans for them to come to campus during Founders Day. So that will be our 2019 awards. There's something else that we also cover under the Rio Grande Alumni Association. We also do Educators Hall of Fame, Athletic Hall of Fame. So if you are planning to attend this year's Athletic Hall of Fame banquet, then you'll know that our class of 2018 inductees, who they are, and I'll talk a little bit about them later on in the program, but you may be making plans to come to campus for that. But we are in charge of taking nominations for that as well. That deadline is also February 1, as is the deadline for Educators Hall of Fame. Again, this year we inducted 2, Mike Rhodes, and Linda Bauer could not be present, but she was inducted into the Hall of Fame and she'll receive her plaque at a later time. So if you know those former professors that truly made an impact in your life while you were here at Rio and you'd like to nominate them for something, the Educators Hall of Fame is the place to do that. So please contact me again if you have any questions whatsoever regarding any one of these awards. Moving on, I want to talk about our upcoming chapter events. If you tuned in last time, you know that we've been very busy traveling the state of Ohio, and we are not stopping. We are going to go to Marietta October 4th, and this will be at the Marietta Brewing Company. So if you are in Marietta, Ohio, and Parkersburg, West Virginia, then you should come out to this event, or even if you're close by whatsoever or not close by. Here's the postcard invitation. It will tell you that it's happening from 6 to 8 p.m. there at the Marietta Brewing Company, and you are to RSVP by September 27th, and the contact information for our chapter president in Southeast Ohio is Karen Pulaski. My information is also listed there, so we hope to see you in Marietta on October 4th. Now, if you're at the other end of the state and want to know how you can get involved, join us in Sandusky. Same 6 to 8 p.m. and RSVP by the 27th to Andy, who's our chapter president there, or to myself. This one's going to be at the Quaker Steak and Lube on Wing Night, so please join us in Sandusky. So that's just 2 upcoming events that we will be traveling to, and we really hope to see you at either one of those. And perhaps that these are not even close to you at all, and you're like, hey, I want to be involved in a chapter event, but I can't travel to either one of those places. You might be centrally located in Columbus, you might be in Cleveland or Cincinnati or Dayton. We also have chapters in those areas. Those events have passed for this year, but we'll be working on something for 2019. So please get a hold of me and I will let you know when we'll be planning those. And if you are in Texas, or if you are in California and you still want to know how you can become engaged with Rio Grande, just give me a call and I'll be sure to let you know. And I would always like a trip to California to come see you. Moving on, I want to now talk about something very important that the University of Rio Grande is involved with, and that is honoring our veterans. Not many universities do what we do here. We actually take time to recognize all veterans during a banquet and ceremony. And we also give a Veteran of the Year award to someone that we feel really truly embodies what Jim Marshall did when he was a student here. And the Jim Marshall Veteran of the Year Award banquet will actually be Saturday, October 27th at 6 p.m. And what we've been working on, this will be the 3rd year for that. So what we've been working on since the beginning is having a display board where all of the past recipients and then the future recipients will be able to have a nice photo and a little bit of biography about that person, and that will be displayed in the Line Center. And this year we're very excited to do the unveiling, and that will be at 5:30. Previous to the dinner, and Jim Marshall's wife, Joan, will be in attendance to be able to do that unveiling, and we're very thrilled about this. It's been a long process to get here, and we're very excited to have that display board, and that will be here for years to come. So if a veteran's family comes to campus, they'll be able to see that Rio Grande honored that. And the thing is that you do not have to be a veteran that attended the University of Rio Grande. This is for any veteran that you know. Again, it's a nomination process, and we do have a review committee for that. And we haven't yet released the name of this year's recipient, but stay tuned because we will do that soon. And we're very excited to have him on campus, as is his family and his friends. But we do want to let you know that this is open to the public. It's a spaghetti dinner. And if you are a veteran, it is free for you to attend. So make plans to come to the University of Rio Grande on Saturday, October 27th to join us for that event. It is a night that we really honor the veterans, and we take time to hear their stories, and we mingle with those in the area. And a lot of people from the university come out to this event. I think it's a wonderful thing that we do. Again, it's something that not many universities can say they do, and we started this in memory of Jim Marshall. His friends got together to put this on, and I think it's something that's going to continue to be a great successful event here on campus. Now it's time to talk about the Athletic Hall of Fame. I mentioned it earlier, and this year's class of 2018 is John Lawhorn, Jessica Heron, and Tyler Shunk. And the three of these will be honored during an induction ceremony and dinner during homecoming weekend. November 17th at 6 p.m. is when these folks will be inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Now, you may be watching and you are an Athletic Hall of Fame member. I want you to come back to this event too. At 5:30, we introduce our class of 2018 and all of the classes previously before then. So please contact me if you know someone that's a Hall of Fame member or that you are a Hall of Fame member, so I can give you important information. I also will be sending you something in the mail, so you are sure to come to that event because it's a free dinner for you. And if you're the public watching and you know Coach Lawhorn or Lahan or Jessica or Tyler and you want to come, there is a ticket price. The cost is $20 per person and $35 per couple. But that information will soon be available on our website, but you can always call me and I can email you the information, or I can mail you something in the mail then you can buy your tickets that way. We'll be releasing more information about that banquet and ceremony, but please make plans to attend to support our class of 2018 and all of our former Hall of Famers. We're very excited about this event. This year we're trying our best to incorporate technology into our event, and so even if you know of these folks and can't come but you want to say thank you or congratulations to them, please send me in a video of yourself congratulating the recipient, and be sure that you take those videos horizontally and you can email those to me. I'll provide my contact information at the end of the show. So again, make plans to join us for Homecoming 2018. It's going to be a wonderful time. Not only are we doing the Athletic Hall of Fame banquet on Saturday night, we hope to have a band and dance following that ceremony. We have Bevo games going on all weekend long. The class of 68, if you're watching, we're going to celebrate you guys, or even if you're celebrating any kind of anniversary. If you're the class of 2008 celebrating 10 years, please come back to campus. We're going to do something special for you guys, and actually special for all of our alums that join in on the fun. The tailgating event is always a wonderful time to come out and see your fellow alums and classmates. Many Greek organizations take part in that, and there's even a few contests involved, so please again be sure to join us for Homecoming. The dates of that are on November 16th and 17th, 2018. I'm also mentioning I haven't mentioned this yet, but I'd like to. We are actually working on a speaker series and volunteer group with our alumni, and this just happened last month. So after the last session that we had contacted some alumni that were interested in giving back to the students, not necessarily in engaging them, but telling them about their story at the Rio Grande. So we invited a few of alums to join us through Skype, and they were able to share with the students that came to our session their story about Rio and what they did here, and you know, what they were involved in, and then when they left Rio, what they did and how they became successful, and what their secrets of the trade are. And our students really enjoyed this. We had our first one, and it was Glenn Arnold, who actually works at Xavier University, and he got to talk to students about his career and internships that are available to students, and the students really enjoyed that. And this next month is actually Scott Saunders, who works for Saunders Insurance Agency. So also we are really trying to promote this speaker series to our business students because Scott has a wonderful career. He's co-owner of Saunders Insurance Agency here in Gallipolis, and we really are doing our best to reach out to different types of alums who have different careers and try to connect those with our current students. We think that's very important, so current students stay encouraged and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and make some great networking connections, because that's really what it's all about, is connecting our alums with our current students so they know they have someone to talk to once they graduate, or if they have questions about their career, they can ask these alums, and our alums are loving this. We have had so many people email us saying, I would love to talk to your students. And there is an application process. You will need to send in a resume, and you can email that to me, and then you can also call me and I can give you more information. But there's other ways too that you can volunteer, not only through the speaker series, but we ask any alum out there that's looking to help us with marketing or for professional development. If you'd like to help a student with a resume and you can't come to campus for that, then you can also just contact us and we can hook you up with those students. We have a great group, a new group on campus, the Student Alumni Association, that will be meeting for our first time next Wednesday. And our students are very excited to hear about the networking opportunities and really to carry on the history and tradition of Rio Grande. We unfortunately do not have a student newspaper anymore. I think that's something that when I was a student was kind of fading out, but we hope to bring that back as the Student Alumni Association. We hope to really help make that part of Rio Grande and be able to one day have whatever's going on in Rio Grande right now that our students report on, have that in archives with Jake Baps one day, because I think it's very important that we have something that tells students what was happening in 2018 here on campus. So when the class of 2028 goes through, they know what the kids 10 years before them did or 20 years before them did. So that's something that we're really going to try to carry on, as well as encourage philanthropy to our current students. It's not about really giving big or giving back a lot, but it's about being engaged and knowing the importance of how to be a great alumni once you leave Rio Grande. So that's something that we're also working on. And if any of this interests you whatsoever, if you would like to talk to our students, would like to talk to the student group, or would like to be a part of this speaker series, then please contact me. I'll be happy to connect you with our current students. We're always looking for those opportunities, and we'll never close the door on anyone wanting to come in and volunteer. I also want to talk to you a little bit about social media. We have a huge presence on social media now. I told you last time that we'd be working on getting out there a little bit more as far as we're on Facebook, we have the website, but now we are on Twitter, and you can follow us on Twitter. I think we have there we go, you can, right there, I think it's Rio Alum, if I'm not mistaken. So there's our Twitter page. We just started. We only have 11 followers, or 5 followers, and there's our Facebook page if you're interested in following us on Facebook. And we also are on Instagram. Now, don't mind my 3 posts, but I do try to do this at least weekly. But you may not be on Facebook. You may only be on Instagram, and I've actually ran into instances where that's happened. So be sure that you follow us somewhere on social media so you are sure to be in the know. You may just watch this broadcast and want to know more information, so there's ways that you can. We don't have it up, but we also are on LinkedIn. If you find me on LinkedIn, then you can find the Rio Grande Alumni Association group that's on there. Again, I'm posting on these sites daily, so be sure that you are on there so you can stay in the know about what's going on. One more thing I'd like to talk about is the Pride Report. I kind of mentioned this last time. The Pride Report is an annual report that features all of our donors, and we sincerely thank all of our donors, even if they have given to the Rio Annual Fund, or if they have an endowed scholarship with us, or if they just give during the Decade Challenge. We very much thank you for your donations to the University of Rio Grande to help our students and help the institution move forward. So that will be going out soon, and this year's stories will be about the Delma Rausch Scholarship was first awarded this year to a current student, and we're very excited about this scholarship. We're also going to feature Robert Lawson, who again was our Founders Day speaker. He has a great story to share, and we want to share that with all of our donors that know Bobby and that don't know Bobby, so they can find out more information. And we're also going to talk about that RIO Alumni Heritage Room. Again, I mentioned this project last time, but I can never talk enough about it because I am so excited about this. We're going to have a place on campus for you, the Rio Grande alumni. Conference Room C, the bottom of the cafeteria, you all have to know what I'm talking about. That's where dances are for our current students. That's where a lot of people come in from the outside to have events, bridal showers, you name it. That room is utilized all the time, and it's a blank canvas. So we are going to transform that Conference Room C into the RIO Alumni Heritage Room. This is a great project that we're excited about. It's going to have a huge mural on the back of the wall featuring our heritage from the beginning to present day. All of those logos, the RG, the Redmond, it's all going to be there. The bell tower will be there. So we're very excited just to what that place is going to look like, but it's also going to be home to our Alumni Awards. Those are currently in Road Center right now, and no one really sees them. So the people that got our class of 2018 Alumni Awards will actually have their name on a plaque in the room, in the Alumni Heritage Room, where we're very excited about that. And all of our former recipients, when you come to campus, you'll be able to see your name there if you received an Alumni Award. So we're very excited. We can't talk about it enough, and that campaign is actually going on till June 2019. So if you're interested in giving to that room and having your name in that room on the mural with your gift, then please contact myself, and I will be happy to tell you about that. But we'll be doing some sort of unveiling during Homecoming 2018. So be sure that you stay tuned for more information on that. Coming up in our October segment, I will be talking a little bit more about what's coming up in October. I'll be sharing with you information from our alumni chapter events, and of course telling you more about Homecoming 2018. So be sure to stay here tuned for next segment. Again, I'm Delyssa Edwards, and I'm the Alumni Director at the University of Rio Grande.